What's up, Blender Nation? Or may I say, Blender Family? Because once you've been using Blender for 1 month, you become addicted. You may take a little break every now and then, but we always come back to our mother, Blender, of 3D animation. There are many YouTube tutorials. There are many YouTube guides. There are many YouTube comparisons between Blender, Maya, Houdini, Cinema. The list goes on and on and on for years. But I never seen a discussion about the history of Blender. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women, today I'm going to be talking about something that is pivotal, not minor. Blender is pivotal. We're going to learn about the history of Blender. Now I may make some mistakes because I didn't go to college for to be a historian. I went to college for some other major. I'm not no official historian, so I just basically got my information off of Wikipedia like everybody else. Wikipedia, you go there first, then you get into other deeper research. For this, I ain't doing no deep research. I just got cursory information, basic information. So Blender is a Dutch product. It didn't come from America. It didn't come from the UK. It came from the Dutch people. It came from the studio called Neo. And this took place way back in 1994. Roughly a few decades ago. At that time, it was version 1.0. Now we at version 2.80. Which in my mind should be version 3.0, but hey, what's my opinion? It was released in January 1995. So it was developed, allegedly, January the 2nd, 1994. But you know when you develop it, it's all in-house. It made its official release to the Dutch people. Not the Spanish people, not the German. It was Dutch, 1995. You all know who's one of the chief architects of Blender, Tom Rosenthal. I hope I said his name right. I'm not sure. I live in the United States, so hey, I could be mispronounced the guy's name. So Tom Rosenthal is the author, the chief architect, and the co-owner of Blender. So he's not the only person. There's other owners. Alright. The name Blender was inspired by a song Yellow. And the album that had yellow on it was called Baby. I think it's based on a motion picture that was developed with the software. It was developed on a computer that I used back in the 80s and 90s. It was developed on the Amiga. And I know about the Amiga, Commodore computer in 1987 to 1991. So it basically had 4 years of development time. So it was nursed, it was loved, it was cared for. It wasn't just born in one day or a couple months. He took years of sweat, toil, and effort to develop Blender. So Blender belongs here. It was his baby. It was publicly released January the 1st, 1998. So it was in-house software. Then it was released to the whole world to use January the 1st, 1998. In May 2002, the Blender Foundation was birthed. July the 18th, 2002, the Free Blender campaign was created to make it an open source project at that time. To make Blender open source in today's money, in today's dollar and pound, it was equivalent to 100,000 pounds. In American dollars, it would be approximately $100,670. That come from Wikipedia, not me, good people. Wikipedia told me this. You can go check it. It only took him several months to make Blender open source. So that money was raised quickly. I think about 4 months or so. And on September, now this is historic. On September the 7th, 2002, enough money was reached. Like I said, the pounds and the dollar amount was reached. And Blender, praise God, praise Allah, praise Buddha, whoever, was released to the open source community, which it is today. Alright, so now I'm going to go over some release dates for Blender 2000, for Blender software, according to Wikipedia. This is version 2.03. The date is 2002. The handbook for Blender 2.0 was released. So it took about several years later for them to sit down and make a handbook for the Blender software. Version 2.26 was released on August 20, 2003. This was the first release. I guess it was the first open source release for Blenders for people to download. I'm just assuming that because on Wikipedia it say free version. Free version means everybody can download it. So according to Wikipedia, this was version 2.26. It was released August 20, 2003. That's when it was made available for anyone to download off the internet. And I think during that time, we still had dial-up. Dial-up was still the predominant form of downloading stuff. So it probably took a couple hours to download Blender. In version 2.30, Blender had a new graphical user interface, which I'm going to show at the conclusion of my discussion. At the conclusion of my discussion, I'm going to be showing some of the splash screens for Blenders, some of the interfaces. Now, this is the game changer, because when I looked at Blender before 2.50, it was ugly looking. You go back and look at Blender 2.49 and beyond, I said, God, this is the worst looking software I ever saw. It looked so ugly. It was still functional. It just didn't look artistically appealing to me. And version, I don't have the date though. This is version 2.5. That's when that historic, up-to-date, current version of Blender that's 2.79 and beyond is based on. So 2.79 and prior, they are based on the 2.50 graphical interface look. And that looks more up to par. It's still got a lot of words on there. That turned a lot of people off. 2.50 to 2.79, all the icons have a lot of words on it. That turned a lot of people off. They used to see little pictures. Like 2.80 have now has more little graphical pictures to appeal to the people. And now, we up to today. We all are waiting for Blender 2.80. But thank God, we didn't have to wait for the official version to all give us mental shock. They warming us up. They released 2.80 alpha, which we got used to, and 2.80 beta. And I love the beta version better than alpha. The thing I love about the beta version or the new version, you know that scroll bar with the commands that like has let me see. That has the modifiers, that has the physics on there. that has the textures. It used to be horizontal. It's more, I like it when they got that material tab, the textures, the modifier, the constraints. It's vertical now. No longer do we have to try to move that box open so we can see all the little tabs. That was one of the best ideas that they did. They said, let's make that tab vertical. Yeah. So, my discussion over about the humble origin, the humble beginning of our beloved Blender 3D application family. If you like my little trip down memory lane, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any comments to make me a better Blender user, a better Blender citizen, a better member of your Blender family, which we are family, let's admit that. When we get together and talk about Blender, we joking and laughing, smiling and joking like first cousins. So give me your comments, give me a thumbs up. Y'all have a wonderful day, and like I always like to say, don't give up with Blender. Keep pushing forward on whatever you're doing, and love it as much as I do. Take care. Ciao.